Alright, probably the bane of everybody's existence in math class is story problems because we can't stand them. And why can't we stand them? It's probably because we don't understand them. We don't do well with them, and so we don't really do well with anything we don't understand. So a couple strategies we're going to talk about today. First one being, read the problem. This sounds ridiculous, but sometimes we don't even understand the problem we're doing. So read it a couple times. Figure out what your variables are, numbers that are changing. Maybe assign letters to them, X or Y or D if you're talking about distance, things like that. And think about a way that it's going to help you solve the problem. Draw a picture. Is there a pattern? Find the pattern. Is there a formula? Perimeter, area, distance, things like that. Distance equals rate times time. So, 4 large canvases to hang up in Graydon's room. And canvases are 60 centimeters wide. Wall is 4.5 meters wide. How much space? So, things like this are the key things. How much space will be in between the canvases? Space between, if you'd like them evenly spaced. And then to hang them, you'll need a centered nail in the middle of each. What distances should the nail be placed? So we have, again, 4 canvases. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 canvases across the whole room. And so let's make this the wall. And we want them to be evenly spaced. This spacing is going to be the same along the whole thing. Canvases are 60 centimeters wide. So we have 60. And then the wall is 4.5 meters wide. And so it's actually probably going to be easier to deal with it in centimeters. So let's change this. Meters to centimeters, there's 100, so 450 centimeters in a meter. Or 450 centimeters in 4.5 meters. Move it twice. So the total distance taken up, and now it's just however you want to do it. The way I see it is canvas space, we've got 60 times 4. So 60 times 4, 240 centimeters canvas. And we have 450. So if we subtract that, we have 210 centimeters total spacing. So 210 total. And so how many spaces are there? Well, there's 4 canvases, but 5 spaces. So 210 divided by 5 spaces equals 42 centimeters between each canvas. So that's the answer to the first question. 42 centimeters between each canvas. So this is 42, 42, 42. And so the second half of the question is, where do the nails go? Well, we want a nail here, 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 here. Easiest thing I see is that it's going to split the canvas into 2, so that's going to be 30 and 30. So if we do 42 plus 30, we've got it at 72 centimeters. And then we have another 30, another 42, another 30 to get to the next nail. So that's 60 plus 42. So that's going to be 174. Plus another 102, 276. Plus another 102, 378. And then if you add another 42, you're going to be at, plus another 30. Then we'll be at 450 for our total. So those are our nails. Alright, next problem. So in this one, I think a picture helped the best. I'm just a very visual learner. Number 8, parents asked you to reseal the driveway. You get 5-gallon buckets of tar. This can seal 400 square feet of blacktop, $10 each. So you have 400 square feet. And sometimes we could just say square feet. And that's going to cost $10. If you do 2 buckets, that would be 800 square feet that it could cover, $20. And so again, another 5-gallon bucket, you get 1,200 square feet, and that would be $30. So you see the pattern. You can make a pattern like that. Or you could just say, well, number of buckets times 400 square feet gets you there as well, and you could write in a little equation. Buckets times 400 square feet, or 400 times B if you wanted to. Either way, we've got a driveway that measures 18 by 50. So 18 times 50 is a 900 square foot driveway. Now, 900 square feet, we're going to have to use just 2 buckets aren't going to cut it. It's going to be a little short, probably not going to be a good job. So you're going to want to go with the 3 buckets. And so, how much tar will the tar sealer cost? $30 of tar sealer. And some hard work on your behalf. Alright, a road trip. So again, on this one, we just kind of looked at a pattern. We also used the area formula, length times width. And so just work your way through the problem. It's doable. Now the problems are going to get harder as the math gets harder throughout the year, but we'll work with it. 450-mile road trip. So total distance, $450 miles. You drive 3.5 hours at an average speed of 60 miles per hour. You, 3.5 hours, 60 miles per hour. So this is your time, this is your rate, your speed. Friend drives time 4 hours. What speed does your friend have to go at? So that is what we're looking for. So, this is where you have to remember how distance and time are related. Most people remember distance equals rate times time just because that's what comes fastest to them. I don't think that always comes the fastest, but remember that all of these are related by a speed limit sign. Speed limit signs are posted, and Michigan at 70, right? On the highway. Don't go 70 down your neighborhood street. But that's a rate, and it's in miles per hour. And so miles is a distance, and hour is a time measurement. And so distance over time, rate equals distance over time. It's another way we can write it. So how much distance did you cover? And then we'll figure out how much distance your friend had to cover. So distance equals rate times time. You covered 60 miles per hour for 3.5 hours. So that's 180 and another half hour. So that's 210 miles. And so that leaves, for your friend, 450 minus 210. The total trip was 450 minus your 210 leaves 240 miles. So if he has to go 240 miles in 4 hours, that's going to leave a rate of, and I'm going to use our miles per hour, distance over time. So that's 240 miles over 4 hours, and that's 60 miles per hour. You're saying, well, why are they only averaging 60 miles an hour? Remember that you have stops in there. You got to fill up with gas. You got time where you're not always on the highway, and you can't always be going 70 miles per hour. And so you've got stoplights at the beginning, stoplights at the end, things like that. So don't forget about that when you're finding average speed. So in this one, we used essentially your distance equals rate times time, or that reworked in different forms. Good luck as you solve problems. Stick with it. Have some perseverance. Again, read the problem multiple times. I didn't read the problem a couple times because I typed up these problems and I knew it was coming. And for the sake of your time watching, I didn't read it multiple times. Good luck.